buddy, Aaronator here, and we got our 12th episode of our New York Islanders franchise mode here on the PS4, guys. In the last episode, we continued on with our year 3 run with your New York Islanders, and as you can see, we are doing pretty well. We have gone through most of the season up to the trade deadline here, and we are looking to make some moves because we are going all in this year. Our team has been playing pretty well, but we got to add some more pieces to make our team make an extra jump and put us on top. So this is our current roster of who we have right now. Here are our forwards. We could use some depth potentially, as well as some extra secondary punches, along with not just Tavares and Panarin, get guys that really have playoff experience and are just top-end guys. On defense, we could use another top-four defenseman, potentially a guy to play alongside of Brodin or Leddy, either one. And then goaltender, we got Cam Talbot in the net, and then Ilya Sorokin as our backup. So our goaltending seems to be fine. Talbot's having a great year. So all we got to worry about is getting Brad and Carlo back from injury, and then potentially bringing in another defenseman to make this team so much better. Because I feel like we look like we're playing really well. We have everything going, but there's still pieces missing that I think separates us. That would help separate us from the pack of other Metropolitan Division teams and just any other teams. So I have a couple trades in mind. I know you guys. Listened to your comments. You guys all want. You're saying go all in, because this is going to be one of our final years potentially with John Tavares. So we got him to his big contract, but this is his bet. He's playing his best right now. So we got to give him the support he needs. So just let me pull up the trade, and you guys will see what I mean in a second. Jakub Zaboral. A defenseman, young, a depth defenseman. He looks like he could be cracking our NHL roster as of potentially next year, maybe this year if we had some injuries. But a lot of teams were interested in him in the deadline. He has some good value. He could develop into a very good defenseman for us, but I want some help now. I want some really good defensive help now. So in exchange for Zaboral, we are going to trade him to a Western Conference team, a Pacific Division team, the LA Kings, for Jake Muzzin. So the reason I'm going after Jake Muzzin, there's a lot of defensemen available. LA has a lot of defensemen available. They have Justin Braun and Alec Martinez, as you can see there on the block. They also have Jake Muzzin here, who is in the last year of his $4 million deal. He's having a bit of a rough season, but I mean, he's still putting up some decent numbers. And I mean, if you look at the kind of defenseman he is, he plays big minutes. He does everything pretty well. And the reason I'm going after him is because he has the highest rating for any of those defensemen that has 1 year left. Good trade value. It's reasonable. We can deal with it. He has some good offensive and defensive awareness, good poise. He's a solid everywhere else, shooting, passing, skating, physical. Everything is solid. An all-around defenseman to really fill in if we do have injuries, because we always have to keep those in mind, and also potentially a guy to play with Jonas Brodin if we want to, or Nick Leddy. So I think this is going to be the best move we can make. Zaboral is going to be a defenseman that is going to help them for the future. Potentially a guy who will suit up with Drew Doughty on as a line mate. But I mean, that's their problem. We're going to be getting Jake Muzzin if we can, and we're going to be giving up, as well as Zaboral, 2/3, a fourth, and Dennis Seidenberg, because Seidenberg, I've looked at his stats. He's definitely not the defenseman he was the years before. I mean, the years before he was a plus defenseman. He was, I mean, it didn't matter about his points. He wasn't taking too many penalties, not too crazy. His plus minus was great. He was a great defenseman alongside of Nick Leddy, but we just have guys to fill that void now, and he's not doing his job. He's slowed down. I mean, just all in general, a defenseman that we got to let go, fill in some cap space so we can bring in Jake Muzzin, and hopefully this move shall go through. So we got Zaboral, a couple draft picks, Seidenberg, and in exchange, we have Jacob Zaboral, 2/3, a fourth, and Dennis Seidenberg in exchange for Jake Muzzin. Hoping this will go through. Let's propose the trade. And trade rejected, so they're not interested in that. Gonna have to throw in another player along with instead of the 4th round pick, someone with some decent value. So let's look maybe towards our goalies. Olez has some potential. They're looking for some goalies of the future, potentially. Quick's 34. They also got this Vitale guy, but it never hurts to have too many more prospects. So Zaboral, 2/3, Seidenberg, and instead of the 4th, we're going to put in Oles. Oles? We're just going to call him Oles. In exchange for Jake Muzzin. Let's see if this goes through. And trade rejected, so it's still looks like it's not very close. So we are going to have to do a couple moves here. So I decided, guys, that I'm going to go with this. Jacob Zaboral, 2/3, Seidenberg, and Dylan in exchange for Jake Muzzin. The reason being that there's another defenseman in mind I have that we can get, not off LA, but off another team that will be in a trade later. We will have the value to pick it up. So let's maybe see if we can throw in a couple draft picks, maybe a couple 4ths, and see if we can get this to work. Maybe, can I get a 3rd instead or something? 3rd, and maybe a 4th in that. So 3rd and a 4th, and we're throwing Dylan's trade value, see if that works. Will this go through? And trade rejected, take out the 4th. Will this go through? And trade rejected again, so we're going to just go with the 4th instead, see if that works. Jake Muzzin, a 4th in exchange for Zaboral, 2/3, Seidenberg, and Brendan Dillon. Will this go through? Trade rejected. Without the 4th, will it go through? And there you go. You know what? That works. I'm happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the LA Kings, and we consider it a done deal. So we couldn't get any extra draft picks, but you know what? We were able to get Jake Muzzin, a defenseman who's very surely he's going to help us. So that's really awesome to hear. So we got rid of Dennis Seidenberg's contract as well. So we will be able to fill in our team with a couple more players. So the biggest thing is we're going to need to get Jake Muzzin in right there. And then we're going to put in like Bouvillier, and he's going to play defense for a second here because we have another trade coming up that should help us. So just give me a second, and I'll fix that up. Let's see. AHL. We can just do best lines, I think. Yeah, that should be good. So, guys, I have our final trade of the trade deadline to happen here. I know a lot of you guys were saying, go after Ryan McDonough, go after PK Subban, Roman Josi, one of those big defensemen, go after Taylor Hall. I understand going all in, but it also has to be trades that make sense. First of all, there are so many extra assets we would have to trade to get those kind of players on our team. Secondly, why in the world would Nashville trade those defensemen? The whole reason, it all starts with Roman Josi, the fact he has 1 year left on his deal, and then they just had a surplus of top 4 defensemen. So basically they're trying to trade one of them. And I figured they're probably wanting to trade a guy like Ekholm or something. And realistically, I would want to go after one of the big names. But I wanted to get Muzzin instead. I liked his value. I liked the kind of defenseman he is. And then as for the guys like Taylor Hall, again, that's a divisional team. New Jersey, like, they're not going to want to trade it. Jesse Puljujärvi, I guess, I believe it was Brandon. You mentioned his name, 21 years old, great right-handed or right winger on Edmonton, who is injured, great cap hit, great season, aside from the fact he's injured. The Oilers they're not trying to make that trade. That's the kind of guy they would never trade, even if he is on the trade block. I have no clue why he is, probably because they just have a lot of forwards or something, but I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Columbus had Ryan Murray. That was the only other guy I was really close to going on because I really thought that would be the guy that makes most sense because he's a pending UFA. But again, division rival, and also we'd have to give up so many assets, and I decided I'm not going to do that. I like Adam Henrique. He's an 84 overall. He'll be still one of our best forwards. Great all-around player. There's not any stat I don't like about him. And, I think he's going to be a big part of this team. And I could look to re-sign him. Probably not Jake Muzzin, but Adam Henrique is a guy I definitely would look to give a contract extension because I always want a strong center core. And with Matthew Barzal and Adam Henrique as 2 extra centers right behind John Tavares, that's just perfect. So we are going to be going after Adam Henrique. We're going to get our defenseman replacement for Brendan Dillon. I like him a bit better because he has a bit better skating, a bit better puck movement, good poise. He still has some stellar defensive categories and basically the same shot and a bit less physical than Dillon. But I mean, I don't want a goon. I want a defensive defenseman. So John Merrill should do very well here. And then Malcolm Subban, that extra goalie that we need just in case anybody goes down with injury, can also play in our AHL. So we're going to give up our first round pick from Chicago. I was kind of reluctant to get rid of this pick just because Chicago, I'm always willing to get better younger players. And I mean, in hindsight, we can draft them and then trade them if we really wanted to. But, the Blackhawks, they're close to making the playoffs. They could still potentially miss. I don't think they're going to fall off too much because I think they're around 70 points or something. So I'm going to say that I think with the value that this first round pick is and the fact that we maybe were signing Henrique, I think this makes sense for us. Olaz, again, a goalie prospect we can get rid of, give him to Vegas. And maybe that'll help him. Maybe he'll be a goalie for them in the future. And then Matt Bolesky, just another contract. I wouldn't mind having him for depth, but this is just to fit in the cap space, and I don't want to have to worry about too many things. Again, Vegas retaining cap because they're not worried about anything. They're just trying to get the best assets they can. So they're getting a first round pick, giving up a couple guys, and this should work out for both teams. So will it go through? And trade rejected, so too much retain in salaries. So let's see if we can give up a bit more assets to make them retain this because, we are going to need it. So guys, I decided that, you know what, we're going to give up Zarkov here. He's 19 years old, 57 overall. I know some of you guys were saying that I could develop him if I played him with the right guys, but he's 19 years old already. I know he could grow, but, we're going to have to give something to get something. We're getting quite a few assets here for our playoff run. Zarkov's an expendable guy. I don't really see him cracking our roster. I think his trade value is sufficient enough that we should be able to make this trade go through. We're also retaining only 40% of Henrique and Merrill's contracts, so hopefully this trade should go through. Added with Zarkov and Godin. And trade accepted. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in Vegas, so we are accepting your trade offer. So we didn't blow them out of the water, but we still got we got great players now. So we got Jake Muzzin, we got Adam Henrique, we got John Merrill, and I'm really liking the way that this team is looking for our playoff run. It just seems like everyone now. Look at that, morale's going up. That we got Adam Henrique, John Tavares is happy. Look at that. So I think this is a trade that's really going to help our team. And so let me go fix up the lines. And let's get ready to make the playoffs. So, guys, I finished up the lines, and these are what I'm going with. Panarin, Tavares, Eberle is going to continue to be our top line because they're clicking right now, so I'm not going to change anything with that. Kiefer Bellows, Barzal, and Hosang are going to stay on the second line. I'm just going to keep most of these lines the same as they were before just because I don't want to mess up too many things. We were on a winning streak, excuse me, and it just, I just want to keep them together for now. I know a lot of you guys were saying put Svechnikov up to the second line. I 100% agree with that. We are going to get him moved up as soon as we can, but right now we have a deep team, so we're going to have to also worry about Henrique, make sure he's all happy with his ice time, and but I think we should be okay. I think this team should be happy when we win games. So Josh Bailey is going to be on the fourth line now with Case and Cizikas. I decided I'm going to put Case back in because I want to give this guy a bit more of a chance. I think he needs to prove himself if he wants to be on our team for upcoming years. I see him as a penalty killer for us with a solid defensive category. So we're going to keep him there on the penalty kill with Cizikas, Henrique, and Bailey. We did have the top penalty kill in the league, and I think it's just going to get better from here on out. Henrique, Bailey, and we're going to continue to do that. So Merrill is also on the penalty kill along with Muzzin. We got the power play. We got our same power play lineups as usual. Not going to change too much aside from the moves we just made. Josh Norris is back in the AHL because the game we just had to do that due to space reasons. So a couple things we're going to do. We're going to quickly go to the trade deadline, and I'm going to actually double check and make sure that there's nobody that we do want to go after that's going to be on the available at the trade deadline. So this guy, Matt Roy, that's actually an interesting guy. He's pretty physical, good skater, some good decent defensive categories, but just an extra guy. So I'm going to decline that. And we're going to go to the deadline. And we are going to, I'm going to quickly check the trade block again. So there's nothing left, and I thought I'd go and check out for you guys and see if there were any more trades to be announced. Ryan Poling goes to Ottawa. I think he was traded earlier on too, wasn't he? From Minnesota got him from Chicago in a big deal that or no. It was for for Charlie Coyle, and then they traded him to Chicago, I think. No, Ottawa for a first round pick and Dwight Nicholson. All right, so it doesn't seem like too much. A first for Poling, that's pretty interesting. Henrique and Muzzin are two acquirements, along with Mero and Subban, obviously. And yeah, and then I think we did pretty good for this trade deadline. So I'm gonna go quickly check a couple more things, just make sure I have everything set, and then we're gonna get on with the big sim. It's gonna heat up for sure. So guys, I just remembered I was seeing this before I even recorded, and then I forgot about it. There are quite a few goalies left here in free agency. I'm not going to go after Steve Mason, but I think I'm either going to go after Miller or Smith, just in case that we don't feel that we trust in Sorokin to play one of these guys instead. Also because I'm not sure. I really want to make sure I get a goalie down to the AHL, and I'm not sure if I feel like if I try to send Subban through waivers, he might get picked up. So I might try signing one of these veteran goalies. I guess going with a higher rated one makes more sense. One way, if we can get him to a two-way deal, I don't think he's going to accept that. What about Smith? So we're going to see, you know what, let's go after Ryan Miller. And I think I'll take him for just 900,000. That should be enough to sign him, and I think we can afford that. I really hope that it doesn't do something stupid with the cap, but hopefully he'll get sent to our AHL team. We're going to keep Subban up for now. Again, I want to get an AHL goaltender down there to help out Vanacek or whatever his name is, and just the AHL club in general. But again, I don't want to lose anybody, so we're going to try and keep this team together. Pass through the trade deadline because there's no one available, and you know what? I think this team is capable. So one thing we might do is near the end of the season, maybe you guys can give out your input in the comment section down below. I'm going to try simming from this screen with like the last couple of days, because this way we can also keep a track of where we are in the division and in the league. So I think it would be interesting, and we can also see how close John Tavares is to ripping it up and getting a point per game and such. But you know what? We're just going to keep on simming. We're going to go to the calendar for now, and we'll just start going, and hopefully some guys will get back from injury, and we'll continue to win like we have. So first game in Vancouver, we get a 5-3 W. That's huge. Ryan Miller has signed, so I think he may go to the AHL. Let me stop the sim quickly. Calgary 6-3 loss. Okay, so not too great, but you know what? It's going to happen. It was a Western Conference team. We don't have to worry too much about it. I just want to make sure that we get a goalie, someone. I think we had too many anyway. So yeah, so that's good, because now we have Ryan Miller who can play in the AHL. I think joining the team as a free agent was the right move for my career. Let's be demanding from him because he's a vet. Okay, no tone. It's all right. We have some meetings, so you know what? I might do that quickly. Hopefully we can get some positive vibes going. Where are we going? Where are we going? Player morale. Right there. It was like right in front of my face. I'm like, I'm looking for player. Not entirely sure where you got another player with the same role as me. Okay, motivating. Let's be motivating to our young guy here. Seems inspired. Look at that. He responds well, so that's good. Being traded is always a hassle, but I'll rebound. I always do. Should we be motivating to him? No, we're going to be demanding. He's a vet. He knows what it takes. Okay, so that's all right. Being traded is a big change, but I'll make you proud of your choice. We're going to be demanding again. There you go. Strong tone is good with Henrique. It looks like he may be staying for a while, hopefully. I'm not too thrilled with you trading away Dennis Seidenberg. We'll be better off in the long run. Let's be motivating. He's still a bit of a young guy, kind of, too. Oh, no, his morale dropped. That's not good. That's not good. Panarin, you made the locker room less than a place for me after you traded Brendan Dilling away. How did you guys get along? I don't get that. Big guy from, what is it, the States or Canada? And a smaller skill guy from Russia? I guess opposites do attract. Demanding, motivating, we're going to be demanding. I think it's going to make us a better team. Okay, so demanding didn't work. It's all right. We can just keep on going. One positive, one negative. So, but I mean, you know what? Hopefully the negative won't affect too much because Carlo's injured right now. Hopefully he can get back, though. That'll be key. I may end up switching the lines so Muzzin is playing with either Fabro or Brodin. I'm not quite sure about that yet. We can always try things again. I think we will be a playoff team. We should be able to stay strong here. We might as well keep on simulating while I'm talking. I think we're going to be pretty good. Like we got 2 wins against Pacific Division teams there. We're on a bit of a winning streak. 4 games, that's awesome. So yeah, I think we should be set. I mean, the Lions are rolling right now, but we also have to consider when Carlo gets back. So Carlo's back actually. And then I just saw Skeever is low on morale. I'm not sure if I want to move him. I'm not sure if that's in my best interest. Send him down or not. Who do we have? Bouvillier? Yeah. You know what? I think I will send Skeever down. His defensive stats aren't actually as great as they were before. I think his morale boosted them up. But yeah, I'm going to go send Skeever down because we're going to have to do that. Actually, no, defense. Fabro. He's going to want ice time, and I think I'm going to... Ooh. I don't know what I want to do about Fabro. That's tough. We won't have to worry about losing Skeever. What are his morales like? So nothing about ice time. Right wingers. Get Skeever. What is he up to? He just lost morale because of ice time. Ooh, Fabro, I'm worried. I think he might get scratched, but I don't want to send him down. I think... And he has some, you know what? He actually does have some low locker room chemistry with some guys. So you know what I might do? I think I'm going to send him down. I think that's the best option. Please don't be claimed. And we're good. So he did get sent down. He will be able to be brought back up. That's good for us. And we can put him in the AHL. So let me quickly fix that up. He's going to be there. We're going to go like that. We'll go Norris there. Belmer's good there. And then, where is he? Ojimaki, Sundquist, and Belmer, and that looks good. I like that. So we got lots of depth in the AHL. Defensive depth isn't too shabby. And then we got to get Carlo back in. So let me quickly do that. I wonder how that's going to work. The thing is, in hindsight, if Fabro's out, we put a defensive defenseman there. So we have Carlo with Letty, Muzzin with Brodin, and then you have an offensive with a defensive Montour with Merrill. And Montour is still getting power play time, so like top line power play time. So we should be okay. But again, these two are playing well together. So I think I will keep them together. Muzzin, I'm going to keep with Letty, I think. And because he was a negative before, right? Even more, like a -10. He's a -4 now, so he's +6 since we got him. So that's good. Fabro, how are these guys doing? Merrill is even more of a minus. Ooh, I wonder if I want to just put back in Carlo. Maybe. I think I might just do that. That might just be the best option. You guys can let me know what you think. I do want to play Fabro, but at the same time, I got to be smart about it. So what I will do is I'm going to keep Carlo there for now. I think the left side's fine. And hopefully, I don't know. I'm not sure how Merrill's going to do. He's not playing too great, at least it seems. We got to keep an eye on everyone, though. I'm trying to really just watch and make sure we know who's being minuses and who's being positive. It looks like the third line's doing well now. Second line is average still, and the top line is still ripping it up. So I think most of our lines are doing pretty well, so we just got to keep on watching carefully. And but if our team keeps winning, then I think we shouldn't have too much to worry about. Big win against Washington, divisional matchup there. Where are they in the standings? Yeah, we're battling right with them for a divisional spot, so that's a big win there. Toronto, and we got a couple of Eastern Conference teams, so let's keep it up. What is it? 7 games now, 8 games now. And we lost to Pittsburgh. You know what? That's fine. 8-1 since the deadline. Or we actually had that loss too against Calgary, but we got 2 bounce back wins in overtime. That's huge. Forsback at Carlson. I'm just gonna go best lines for the AHL. That should be okay, just because then they'll still have the best lines. Hopefully that'll help them win. Another big win against against Mussin's old team and against Henrique and Merrill's old team. 5-1 win. We are just winning on fire right now. We could win the Presidents if we keep it up, but I'm not too worried about that. I don't care about the Presidents. I feel like a lot of teams who win the Presidents just go and get squashed in the first round in a sweep against the next worst team, of course, like Nashville. Like, okay, calm down. Let's keep on going for what do we need? If we're going for anyone that we want to scout and there's like a gem somewhere, we want to look for defensemen, right? So let's go for some Finns because there's There's 33 defensemen there. We'll go 1 month, and that should be good. Arizona, big 4-1 victory. We're almost at 50 wins here. 48 wins, 25 losses, and 6 overtime or shootout losses. So that's really good. Montreal, at home, 5-3 lost. I'm not sure if we got the notification saying we make playoffs. You know what am I saying? We made the playoff. Yeah. I was like, frick, we're 48 wins in. Like, we're making it. So, we can still battle with Washington. Oh, they got 4 games in hand. Wow. But we're battling for the top of the league right now. So, if we get these next 2 wins and Washington goes and loses most of theirs, which I don't think they will, but we can still. I'd like to have home ice advantage against probably Pittsburgh. Yeah, we're playing against Pittsburgh in the first round. Oh gosh, and we lost them earlier. It's all right. It's all right. It's just Crosby. It's just Crosby. Carolina. Let's quickly sim through this game. Big game. Let's see down below in the calendar section there. Do we get the win? And we did. 4-2 victory. That's huge. John Tavares, 42 goals, 83 points in 81 games. That is huge. He is leading our team to victory. And let's see, Washington. They got another loss. Okay, so we're tied with them. We could potentially not have to play against Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh's right behind us too, so that's huge. Winnipeg, this is a big game. You know what? Why not? Let's go and slow sim it here. This is huge. They're a good team this year too. It looks like they're in the battle for the Central Division divisional spots. Getting home ice advantage there being crucial. But let's just sim this first period. Here we go. And there you go, 1-0. Anders Lee, 40 seconds left in the first period against Eric Comrie. Look at that, it rhymes, so it's true. I don't know where I get my stuff from. We're out shooting them 14-4. Keep it up, boys. Second period. And, okay, 2 goals from Tavares and Brodin. Oh my gosh, what legends. And Mark Scheifele, the leader for the Jets. Look at that. Ilya Sorokin playing pretty stellar. 1 goal on 10 shots. We're out shooting them 26-10. That's huge. And we'll just quick sim this third period. And holy crap. Never mind. How to get beat in the wow. Well, I guess we didn't deserve to be first place in the league if that's the case. Tavares tried to tie it up late. How do you allow? Wow. I'm not sure if we want to trust Sorokin, guys. I mean, I know that's 1 game, but I mean, his stats haven't looked all great. So, that's unfortunate. Wow. I'm kind of sad now. Yeah, well, I guess we could have. We'll have to check. We'll have to see if that game really mattered. Bridgeport, we can just go best lines for the AHL. What the heck? Let's keep on going. So they have 2 games left. If they even get 1 point, then it didn't matter. But still, yeah, they got a win there. So that's all right. Just keep on simming until the end of the season. Miller's looking good in the AHL, it looks. And, oh, yeah, Washington won both games. Home ice advantage. Oh, no, but we lost home ice advantage. Darn it. Well, that's what happens when you allow 4 goals in the third. Okay, yeah, regular season has ended. I think I might just go through. Should I go through the season stats here? I guess we might as well. We can do that quickly. Why not? So first round, yep, Pittsburgh. I guess we can sim to that after. We'll just let the playoffs stay the way they are. But yeah, let's quickly go through the team stats first, and then we'll go through player stats, individual stats, see how guys did. So in our division, we were 3rd in the division. I mean, we were the best. This was the best division in the league. Boston was the only team that really kept up pace with us. The Eastern Conference is just dominant this year, although there's actually quite a few bottom teams. We had actually the 3 bottom teams, the 3 top teams and the 3 bottom teams, pretty much. Yeah, that's wild. So let's go entire league. Let's see. We were 4th in the entire league. Yeah, see, 3rd in our division, 4th in the entire league. That East is crazy. We're beasts in the East. Winnipeg, top offense. Wow. Well, now I understand why they scored 4 goals in the third there. They can just score at will. New York Islanders, yeah, we're 3rd in the league, so that's really nice to see. Defense is our main game, though. That's important. Wow, Winnipeg has some good stats. They look to be probably one of the top teams in the West. That could be a potential cup. They're definitely a cup contender. Defense, we're top 4. That's good. We're ahead of teams like Washington and Pittsburgh as well. So it looks like we have better 5-on-5 stats. That's good. Power plays. How many do we draw a lot of penalties? It doesn't really matter, I don't think. We don't draw too many power plays, but when we do, we capitalize. Top power play in the league, so that's really stellar. Time shorthanded, we're disciplined, so that's good. Bottom five there. Vancouver doesn't take any penalties, and second in the league for penalty kills. So everything's looking really solid. Home ice we would have been dominant. Away record still pretty solid. Last 10 were 7-3-0. Washington's hot 9-1-0. Wow. Pittsburgh also pretty hot along with us. So yeah, it's gonna be tough. And if we even if we beat Pittsburgh, then it's probably likely we're gonna either have to beat play up against Washington in the second round, or a team that beat Washington. So that means probably better, at least how it should work out. But yeah, player stats. Let's go see Tavares at 85 points. That's crazy good as per usual. 44 goals, not quite 100 points like we were kind of hoping with Panarin, but still crazy good plus minus categories. Good offense. Panarin lit it up, and look at that. Jordan Eberle, not 72 points, but a plus player and getting 20 goals. I mean, that top line is top line for sure. Jonas Brodin, 57 points, plus 15. Look at that. I'd say he's a top 2 defenseman. His offensive awareness, defensive awareness, he's playing minutes for us, and he's doing just fine. We are going to have to sign him to some big money pretty soon here. Andrei Svechnikov, was that as a rookie? Is this his rookie year? No, not quite. I don't think so. So 56 points, 32 goals. That's crazy. Yeah, he's a sniper. That slap shot, offensive awareness. He could be. Is he looking for more ice time? Oh, he's happy with his ice time. That's good. Barzal, 52 points. Still looking for him to grow, hopefully. But that looks pretty stellar. Josh Hosang, Anders Lee, Nick Leddy, not quite the kind of point totals as before, but he's still a great plus minus defenseman. Still solid on the power play. I'm not too unhappy with him. Adam Henrique, look at that, 36 points, minus 13. He was a bit worse before. He's doing pretty stellar still. If you look at him right now, I mean, he gets shots. Let's check out how many block shots he has. I liked his stats a lot coming from Vegas, and he has good defensive categories. So I'm really excited to continue. Maybe we could want to look at getting him into a contract extension, depending on how well he does in the playoffs and such. Look at that. Jake Muzzin and Leddy just lit it up. So Muzzin, he went from minus 10 to a plus 9. He's basically, for us, a plus 19. So that's great. He's happy. He's getting good locker room chemistry. You know what? We may even need to keep him. So, I mean, it looks like our trade deadline acquisitions paid off for us. Josh Bailey, he had a bounce back. He's an even player. That's good. Brandon Montour, some good stats there. Played on the top line, 27 points, 7 goals. Lots of goals from our defense this year. Zizekas, Bellows, again. The reason I was really close to trading him at the deadline, but my argument is, you know what? He's still 21. Like, just give him a break. We may have to give him less ice time, but you know what? We're going to keep him because he could still develop. At 21, he's already an 83 overall. That's pretty stellar. Josh Norris, decent stats. Finished off the year pretty well. Went to the AHL. Colton Sceviour played pretty well for us when he was on the team. Anthony Beauvillier could look to get him in the lineup, especially if there injuries occur. Andre Case, minus 3, 12 points, not too bad. What were his block shot categories? Yeah, he didn't block many shots. So I may need to either throw in Beauvillier or maybe Sceviour or something. You guys can let me know what you think about that. We could just go into the playoffs with what we got, but I'm just saying if we want to change things up too, or again if injuries happen. Brendan Merrill, minus 24. It looks like he really struggled with our team, so we'll probably just keep him in. We will bring him in for injuries probably. But it looks like he probably won't be with us next year unless he really has a good playoff run. Brendan Carlo, minus 2, not too bad. It's all right. He's a defensive-minded defenseman, so that's fine. Dante Fabro, again, he got 2 goals, minus 6. He had 200 shots this year. So, once his stats start getting better, his defensive category is great. His offensive awareness is now 86. As long as he keeps developing. He's a top 4 defenseman. Well, look at that. So, there's something else to watch out for. Maybe give him some more ice time in the playoffs. But once his offensive awareness and his puck moving skills keep getting better and he gets a harder shot and all that, he is going to be lethal in that power play. We got lots of guys who can play in the power play now. Belmer didn't really play much. This is a super long video. Goalies got Cam Talbot. He's playing like a beast. Sorokin, it looks like we may need to look at playing Miller maybe in the playoffs or Subban. So that's unlucky, but you know what? That's going to happen. Rookie skaters, looks like no one too much there. So those are our team stats. Let's quickly go over the entire league. Might as well. 111 points for Dad. Oh my gosh. Tyler Seguin. Wow, calm down. Alex Ovechkin, 64 goals. Wow. Okay, Tyson Jost, he looks like he had a good season. Yeah, really good stats from everyone. Points. Draisaitl, McDavid up there, and Tavares, where was he? He was 7th in the league, so not too bad. Pretty solid for him. Who's next? Mantha, a couple other guys. Laine, Barkov, Carlson, 72 points as a defenseman. Looked pretty good. Timo Meyer. Wow, look at him. He's doing pretty well. Alex Tuck, is he on Vegas? Yeah, looks like he's having a pretty good. He had a pretty good season there. All right, so it looks like the super stinking long video, but you guys deserve it. I was really close to delaying this for a couple more days because I was going to get really busy, but I'm glad we were actually able to get this done. So that's going to be the video for now, guys. I'm going to leave it off here. Again, leave your suggestions if we get injuries, if we just struggle in the playoffs. We're going up against a tough team against Pittsburgh. So let me know your strategies. You know what? Let me actually see. We'll view lines against them, and maybe you guys think if it's going top line against top line, just looking at them for the next season or the next episode. So I don't actually do this enough, but looks like they got Crosby, Malkin, and their depth is weak. Holy crap! Who's this guy? Teddy Bluger. That's quite the name. And Brendan Gaunce is now fourth line guy for them. Wow. Well, they got a top 6, Crosby and Malkin. That's all they need. Defense, Chris Letang, their top 4 and all that's pretty solid. That defense is all right. These guys are going to be playing the majority of the minutes. It's pretty solid there. Goaltending, Matt Murray and net. So, yeah, going to be a tough team. Scratch, no one's injured. They got a couple other guys there, but that's Pittsburgh for you. So, whatever you guys suggest, we may need to move Bellows down, really stack up our top line so then we have it. Or we can keep it spread out, whatever you guys think. Again, leave comments down. Anything and everything is good. So anyways, make sure you hit that like button to show your support. It is greatly appreciated. Make sure you're subscribed so you do not miss out on the next episode or any other ones because it is going to get hype from here on out. Big playoff run. Hopefully the Islanders will be able to take home a cup. Anyways, guys, in the next episode, we will be going against the Pittsburgh Penguins in the first round of the Year 3 playoffs. So I'll see you there. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. 1, 2, 3, let's go!